Hi everyone, thanks for joining me. It's good to see you. Today I want to share some banjos with you. The internet has gotten very heated about a game that has recently come out. It's called Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. People are very heated and emotional right now, and you either have people that are against the game or people that are for the game. I'm in the center. I have not said anything negative or positive about the game. I don't know enough about it. There is a lot of there's a point of friction regarding one of the developers for the game, Vavra, and I said that I would not be approaching that topic as a professional. I would not target Vavra professionally like I would, because I said that he's not somebody like the CEO of Unity, the former CEO of Unity, who was destroying the brand, very anti-consumer, had an extremely negative impact on the end product. I said David Banjo wasn't, someone like Daniel. He was not like that, or Ubisoft. And people got very angry at me over that. I don't fully understand. Look, people are very just heated right now. So I'm going to share some banjos with you. I'm going to play a bit of music for you, and we can all just relax. I think it seems like there's people that are spending a little too much time staring at their screens and they lose perspective. So I want to play a bit of music for you just so we can all relax and then we can have a little bit of a talk. I'm always welcoming people to leave comments. Sometimes I'll create a video to prompt people to leave their feedback so that the industry can see how you feel about a particular topic. And sometimes people don't understand what the prompt is, and then they end up getting angry at me and then targeting me. And there'll be people that will say just very negative things about me. So for the people that are just attacking me, which has been happening over the past day, my response to you is, that's cool, man. It's all right. We don't know each other. If you want to leave me negative comments, if that's your way to vent, it's cool. We don't even know each other. And you know what? Chill, baby. You know what? It's fine if you want to leave those comments. As long as you make your voice heard, that's what matters. But at the end of the day, let's relax. There have been people who have been pretty, awful and aggressive towards me. But I always say, you know what? Just listen to people and hear people out. And there are now heaps of people that just watch my videos and they're regular commenters and they just enjoy hanging out, having a laugh with me when they started out quite negatively and attacking me, because I'm always happy to listen to people, even if they say, you suck, you're the worst in the world. That's cool, man. It's not a big deal. You can say what you want. It doesn't really matter. So I want to share you the rarest banjo you can find. For starters, I will share the most basic banjo you'll find, which is a 5-string banjo. This one is kind of special to me. This is a Kasuga. It's Japanese made. It's quite wonderful, really, this one in particular. But this is a standard 5-string. This is what it sounds like. That's a standard one. Now, what I'm going to play for you is the cello banjo. And this is extremely rare. You'll see that it's quite a bit bigger. So I'll hold them up side by side. This is the standard one, and this is the cello banjo. So the cello banjo is 1 octave lower. It's quite deep, and it sounds a little something like this. Now, before we get into the jam, I'll show you another extremely rare banjo. The type of banjo I'm going to show you, I've only seen it produced by one company, and it was like 2,000 Australian dollars. I really wanted one for my upcoming game soundtrack, but I couldn't justify spending like $2,000 on it, so instead I built my own. So I built this one using a couple off-the-shelf parts. It was pretty challenging. Building this was quite difficult. There's so much physics that goes into this. This is basically a one-of-a-kind instrument. You won't see another one like this because they don't make them like this. Again, I built this one. You can't buy one like this. They don't make them like this. So I'll go back to the cello banjo now. And look, we'll jam. We'll just relax. We'll play a little bit of music. And we'll have a little bit of a chat afterwards. So. hope you enjoy hearing that. So, this again is called a cello banjo. Now, I have to come clean here. This is not actually the rarest banjo you can buy. It is one of the rarest, and I say it's the rarest you can buy because it's one that is available. You actually can find a cello banjo. You can purchase it. It is at affordable prices. But there is one more banjo that is more rare than this that you can buy. It's hard to find, extremely rare. It's significantly more expensive, but it would be dishonest of me to say that this is the rarest banjo you can buy. This is the rarest banjo that you can practically buy. The rarest one you can buy is actually, I'll put this up on the screen, is a 12-string banjo. This is similar to a 12-string guitar, but it is on a banjo. I absolutely love collecting rare instruments, learning about them, and playing them, and seeing what unique qualities they have. Now, unfortunately, I cannot justify the purchase of a 12-string banjo. They are quite expensive. I would really like to use a 12-string banjo in my game soundtracks, but I absolutely cannot justify the expense. So I won't be purchasing a 12-string banjo anytime soon. It would be extremely difficult to build one, and I'm very busy with my work schedule right now. But I thought it would be best to just be honest about that. This is the rarest banjo that you can practically buy, the cello banjo. The 12-string banjo is more rare. So I want to have a talk with you. Some people, actually a lot of people, have asked me how I get so much work done, how do I have so many skills, this and that, how I'm able to be so productive. There's a lot of reasons behind that. I don't really want to get into everything. But we are here to talk and just talk as people. I'm not here as a YouTuber. I'm just here as a guy. I happen to be on the screen, whoop-de-doo. It doesn't make me special or important. I'm not here for getting tons of views or subscribers, so I can do whatever I want. I can talk about whatever I want, and I can just be a normal person here. So part of the reason that I'm able to get so much work done, I'm able to be quite productive, is I don't sleep that much. I get a lot of hours out of the day, but it's not necessarily a good thing. And I'll be honest with you here. Recently, I have not been sleeping very well. I mentioned a close friend of mine last year. In this photo, there's me and two of my buddies, my Vietnam War buddy, Ike, and Scotty. And in 2023, I went and spent time with Scotty. He was sort of at the end of the line when it came to a lung cancer. He'd been smoking his whole life, and our friends, we've been begging Scotty to try to cut back on smoking for years, and he couldn't. And there's a lot that went on, but Scotty would love when I went and spent time with him and hung out with him. We'd go to karaoke, we'd hang out at the saloons and have a couple drinks, and we'd sing songs at karaoke. I promised him I'd come back, and I didn't do a good job. And I found out a couple months ago that he had died. I was trying to get a hold of friends. I couldn't get a hold of friends to see how he was doing. I couldn't get a hold of him. And so I just looked some things up, and I found out through a news article that someone in his small mountain town where he lived, they said that a house burned down on the road where he lived on. And I thought, oh, shit. And so I looked at the news article, and there's a photo of the front of his house with fire trucks in front. And so that's how I found out. And I haven't told anyone about this. I mean, it's not my place to sort of talk about these sort of things. But what he had done is he smoked a cigarette next to his oxygen tank. And there's so much that goes on around that situation. Obviously, he did it on purpose. But what was he thinking? What was he feeling? And I feel, and our other friends with Scotty feel that all of us feel like we didn't do enough for him. And I should have gotten back there sooner. I feel like that I should have worked harder, that I should have done more. I run my own business. I sell my games, and if I don't do well with sales, that means that I don't get to fly back to California to spend time with family and friends. And I just haven't been doing a good enough job. And so I just haven't been sleeping well. I'm up at night a fair bit, and it's been months since I found out, but I'm still thinking about Scotty, and there is a degree of guilt there, and I feel guilt around the situation, that I should have done better, that I could have been a better friend, that I could have done more for him. There is always going to be the lingering doubt and the question, what was he thinking? Why did he do that? And all of his friends and I, of course, feel like we failed him. But there's a lot to it. So instead of just sort of dwelling on it and, wallowing in pity, when I can't sleep, I work. And there's a lot of that where I can't sleep. So I work, and I get work done on my games, and I'm able to, my level of productivity is quite high. I can work on my games a significant amount. During the day, I'll spend a couple hours on the videos because you guys tell me that you enjoy the videos. But there it is. You have to find a healthy way to deal with this sort of stuff. This kind of thing will happen throughout your life, and my healthy way to deal with that is to work, is to find skills that I can learn, and then I pick them up and I learn them, and I look at the skills that I have, I see where they need to be improved, and I work on improving my skills. And so that's how I spend my time. I don't spend a lot of time on the internet. I don't use social media. And if there's any sort of like movie or TV show, I have that while I am working. So I'm remaining productive. And here's my philosophy on all the, this really helps with online interactions, because when you are in a public space, you're going to get criticism, and people will just leave horrible, mean, awful comments at you, like what's been happening the past day when I put out a video about Come Deliverance, and people just said some horrible things toward me. And it doesn't bother me. It makes me sad for people, because it shows that people don't have a perspective on life. The reason why negative comments and all that stuff, they don't bother me, is because I understand on a deep level that they don't matter. They don't actually mean anything. And that we are so lucky to be alive. We are only alive for such a short amount of time. As the years have gone by, I've lost more and more friends. I carry more and more guilt around their deaths, and I have to find a healthy way to just keep living. And especially with Scotty, I'm still carrying that. I think about that, and I'm grateful to be alive. And when I see people online, when they leave positive comments, or if they leave negative comments, I'm grateful that people are here. If someone leaves me a negative comment, it means that at least they are alive. At least we get to spend a moment in our short existence. At least we've spent some time alive, and we can share that moment together. It doesn't matter if it's, a negative interaction, or someone's just awful and they're saying horrible comments. It doesn't matter to me, because it means that we're both alive, and I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful whether you leave an angry comment or a nice one. I'm grateful that you're here. And I'm grateful that we're both alive, because the time that we have here, it's fragile. It could end at any moment, and it's short. It's so much shorter than you think it is. And the friends that you think will be there forever, and you think, oh, I'll come back to my hometown again and I'll spend time. Well, the next time you go back to your hometown, they could be gone. They could have lit a cigarette next to their oxygen tank because they were in so much pain from lung cancer that they just couldn't take it anymore. And it didn't matter how much you promised that you would have gone back home to spend time with them. Their time existing is over. And it just reminds me of how valuable our lives are, how valuable, how precious it is, how special it is to be alive. So I don't get stressed out by things like the industry where, oh, this developer said this thing, this person said this horrible comment. Those things don't bother me because I understand on a deeper level that they don't actually mean anything. They don't have value and they don't add anything to your life. So I hope you enjoyed the banjo music. Thanks very much for coming for the talk, and I hope that our next videos will be more fun and enjoyable and lighthearted. Take care, everyone. It's great to see you. Be well, and if you have any questions about the banjos, you can let me know in the comments. I'll see you.